Hi, my name is Krista Staley and I'm a makeup artist for Seint. And today I'm going to show you how to cover up some of these blemishes. And I made sure I had lots and lots of them so I could have lots to show you. I've got them all over. So you're welcome. All right, anyways, if at any time during this video you decide that this is something that totally speaks to you and you want to do exactly what I'm doing, just message me and I will tell you how to get started because you could be an artist with Seint as well. Anyways, so here we go. I'm gonna jump in and I don't have any makeup on other than my eyelashes, my mascara, of course. So what the best thing to do is just evaluate your skin. So the first thing I look at is like, what color are these blemishes? And at first glance, most people would say red, but when I look at them, I say, okay, this one's a little bit darker. This one's a little bit brighter, like these ones. And some of these look like they've kind of like faded away, like maybe they're on their way out. This one looks a little more fresh. So there's different variations of red. And then that one down there is pretty bright too. So I know because they don't all look exactly the same that they must have some different colors in them. When I look at this one, like I said, that's a little bit darker, I know that there must be blue in it because nothing can become darker without blue in it. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. That one's must have a little blue in it. And this one right here is pretty bright. And typically when something's like a pretty bright red, it's usually a true red. And then these other ones almost have like a purpley hint to them, which if I look at all of them, really, they all have a hint of purple to them. So what I'm gonna say is that they all have a purple hint to them, but these ones have a little bit more red and this one has a little bit more blue. So keep that in mind. And now what I'm gonna do is go to the opposite side of the color wheel. So on the color wheel, if you're in the red and purple and blue zone, I'm going to tell you what the opposites are. So the opposite of red is green on the color wheel. The opposite of purple is yellow, and the opposite of blue is orange. So I picked those colors exactly based on what I've come up with, what colors I think that these blemishes are. I've picked these three colors to kind of cancel them out and get rid of that excess color that I don't want. So I've picked colors that all have a little bit of yellow in them. All three of these have a little bit of yellow, but one of them, like this one right here, has a little bit of green. So it's like a yellowy green, which is great for ones like this that are a little bit more purpley red. And then like this one that's blue, I need some orange in there. So this one has a little bit of yellow and a little bit of orange. So it's great for something like this that's a little bit purple and a little bit blue. And then this one in the middle is for all of the other ones that are just straight purple. This is straight yellow. So between these three colors, I'm gonna zap all those blemishes and I'm gonna show you how it works. So I'm gonna use this brush, has this tiny little end that is just perfect for pinpointing those colors, because if you get these colors outside of the area that needs the filtering, then you create kind of a halo effect, and we don't want to do that. So I'm going to start with that bright one right there. Let's go for that one. So this one is, like I said, it has a little bit of green and a little bit of yellow. And I'm going to just touch that blemish. Let me get my mirror here. And you can just watch it disappear. You want to make sure you're using like the smallest amount of product. That color payoff happens really, really fast. And if it's not paying off pretty immediately, you know that you have the wrong color. Just add a teeny bit more. Look though, it's already like pretty much gone. I'm gonna just nitpick a couple little spots. Okay, So that one's gone. And that whole area doesn't have any makeup texture. You can't see like a big glob of makeup, none of that business. Okay, next we're gonna go to this blemish up here. Okay, so when we look a little bit closer, sorry, it's on the side of my head. I wish it could have been like over here, then I could show you easier. But anyways, so it has a couple different colors. It's almost like in the very center of that thing, it's like darker. So there's our trick, our clue that we know that it's got a little more blue right in the middle. But then kind of on the outer, it's just more like purpley. So I'm gonna treat it with these two colors right here. I'm gonna treat the outside of it with straight yellow because it's purple. And on the inside, since it has a little blue, I'm gonna treat it with a little bit of the orangey yellow. Okay, here we go. I've got some yellow on my brush here. I'll go in around the outsides. Got a little much on my brush there. And I'm gonna just flip that around and kind of just really lightly tap it out. And then I'm gonna pick up the orangey, the more orange color here, and just zap that right in the center where it's that darkest color. Boom, baby. Okay. I'll just make sure that's kind of, you have to use like the slightest amount of product. So sometimes it's really easy to get too much product, but it's easy to tap out. And that's the other thing that's awesome, is that these little tins, although they look small, they are mighty. They will last you probably forever. Like each tin will probably expire long before you're done with them. So, okay, we're gonna just move on to a couple other, some of these just more purple ones. We'll just kind of, well, I think that one's more purple. We'll go with that one. Although, you know, that one is in my contour area. Maybe I'll just wait and do that one with my contour. So let's just move on to like that one. I'm just using straight yellow for this one because I think it's just pretty purple. See what I mean? It's easy to get too much product on there. Okay, move on to this one. I'm going to say this one's purple as well, guys. Like I said, I'm just being careful not to get that product outside of the area that needs the color correcting. Okay, should we get that bad boy? Now this one has a little bit of like two different colors as well. I think it's actually pretty similar to this one. So I'm gonna treat them the same. I'm gonna say that it's more purple around the edges and more bluish purple right in the center. So we'll go in with just straight yellow around the edges. Kind of tap that out a little. Okay, it's already lightened up a lot. And then right in the center, let's see if we can do that. I'm using this mixture of yellow and orange. We'll see if that'll do it. If not, we'll use a straight orange. Okay. It's going good, guys. It's going good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of my zits, zap them, get them off my face, and then I will show you the finished product. But I'm probably gonna just stick with these colors. Maybe on this one, since it's a little darky, I'm gonna use a little bit of orange. Should we just do that one on camera real fast? The rest of them will be pretty similar to what I've been doing, but let's see if that one has almost that dark blue. So for that one, I'm gonna use straight orange, and let's see if we can get that one to calm down a little. Oh yeah, sometimes it's easier to get the loudest part of it first, and then it's calm down a little bit, and then you can get the rest. So then let's try this mixture, because I think it's still a little bit dark, so I know that there's still a little blue in there. So let's try a mixture of this yellow and orange for around the edges of that. Yeah, see how much calmer that is already? And then right on the very edge, I'm gonna just use straight yellow because I think that it fades out to just purple. Okay, so I feel like that orange worked really well on that. You can't really see it anymore. You can see a couple of the scarring from other blemishes there, but you can't really see what we just did there. And once I filter out a couple areas around it, it'll look even better. But I love it because it didn't add texture to that blemish. Because with blemishes, a lot of times, especially if they've been picked on, then there's already like texture to it. You know, sometimes there's a little bit of dry skin, and you know, you can't do anything about that other than just let it heal. But at least with this makeup, with this Demi color, you're not adding texture to it. With other makeup, you're adding texture to it, and then it almost makes it more obnoxious and more like it stand out more and look gross, and you know what I mean? So that's the beauty about this. It just blends it in, softens it up. Like you can't even see that it's there. So same with like those other blemishes. They're like magically gone. I love it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of them off camera. I'll come back and show you when I'm done.